Hello and welcome. My name is Biagio Mazza. I'm Pastoral Associate here at St. Sabina Parish in Belton, Missouri. And I'm here with another Do You Know question. And today's Do You Know question is, do you know why the Easter season is considered the most important liturgical season of the entire year? And so in order to attempt to address that question, we need to look at what is the Easter season. The Easter season begins technically with Easter Sunday and celebrating the resurrection of the Lord. And in the past, Easter had an octave associated. It still does. It has 8 days in which we celebrate it. But in the past, what would happen is that Easter would end on the Saturday before the following Sunday. And so the Sunday right after Easter would have been called the Sunday after Easter, or the first Sunday after Easter. And so it was presumed, therefore, that Easter had already ended, and now we're in the Sundays after Easter and so on, and it would go on till Pentecost, all right? With the focus going back to the early church, Vatican II really shifted our focus with regards to the Easter season as a whole. Going back to St. Augustine himself, who started with calling the Easter Vigil the mother of all vigils, and calling Easter Sunday the greatest of all the Sundays, the Easter season is considered the greatest or the most important liturgical season because it celebrates the central mystery of our Christian faith, namely that Christ, passion, death, and resurrection. Most importantly, God rose. In the person of Jesus, God rose from the dead, and we celebrate that risen presence every time we gather together as a Eucharistic community. Vatican II very clearly wanted, and the reforms of the liturgy in Vatican II very clearly wanted to affirm the fact of this as such an important season that it needed to be celebrated, not just for a week, but for 50 days. They jumped off of the account, at least the account of the days in the Gospel according to Luke, and as he transitioned to his other work, the Acts of the Apostles. In the Acts of the Apostles, Luke has Jesus hanging around for 40 days before he ascends, and then 10 more days between his ascension and Pentecost, where the Holy Spirit was to descend upon the apostles. So the 50 days were all part of the mystery of the resurrected Christ, and the church decided to capture those 50 days once more. And so today, the liturgical season of Easter is for the entire 50 days that we celebrated. So much so that now the Sundays in the Easter season are no longer called Sundays after Easter, but rather Sundays of Easter. Even the Ascension has been shifted from the Ascension Thursday to, in most dioceses in the United States, to the Sundays to make sure that more people celebrate the Ascension of the Lord, and it's been shifted to the seventh Sunday of Easter. The entire season, the Easter season, ends on Pentecost Sunday with evening prayer on Pentecost Sunday, and from which we then transition to the season of ordinary time. We pick up the season of ordinary time. So the church wanted very much for us to realize that the paschal mystery of Christ's passion, death, and resurrection is the central mystery that we celebrate every Sunday, and therefore wanted us to reflect, absorb, and take in for 50 days what it means to be a people who are of the resurrection, or another way of phrasing it, we are Alleluia people who are focused on the risen Christ present in our midst, something that we share every Sunday. As a matter of fact, it is known in the tradition that every Sunday is actually named a little Easter, because every Sunday we actually celebrate the Easter events, Christ risen and present in our midst. I hope this clarified some of the reason why the Easter season is the most important of all liturgical seasons, and that you will keep that in mind as you celebrate these 50 days of Easter, especially as we celebrate the presence of the risen Christ rich in our midst, and something that we celebrate every Sunday. So thank you for paying attention to this particular Do You Know questions, and hopefully you will return again to be instructed, or at least to be attuned to more information from our Do You Know series. Thank you.